So we are all familiar with our local geography. We know where our city is, we know where our state is, we've even talked about our country. But now it's time to start to look at our geography in a global way on the globe. Ta-da! Okay, so who can tell me what kind of things a map can tell us?
Where stuff is.
True. What kind of things?
Places.
Awesome. Anything else?
Oceans, lakes.
Yes, all those things are correct. So all of those things can be shown on a map, and they can actually be shown on a globe as well. So a globe tells us the exact same things, just with a little bit more precision, because what shape is Earth?
Round.
Earth is round, and a globe is?
Round.
Awesome. Good job. So it has a little bit more accuracy, but a globe can tell us which way to travel. Airplanes use them. On a map, you can't really tell which direction you should be traveling on, or which direction you should be traveling with, because it's flat, but on a globe, you can kind of see which direction would take you the fastest. Okay, so now that we kind of have an intro to that, here are some vocabulary words that we will be looking out for in our lesson on globes today. Okay. Okay, and so today we're actually going to be making our very own globe so that we have a better understanding of how to read a globe and the details that come with a globe. So let's start. The first major thing that a globe can tell us are our continents. Can somebody read the definition of what a continent is? Yes?
A large area of land.
Perfect. Does anybody happen to know how many continents we have on Earth?
9.
Close. Close. Little lower? Little lower?
7.
7. We have 7 continents. And do we know the names of our continents? Hint, it's at the bottom of your vocab page. We have North America, South America, Europe, Antarctica, Asia, Australia, and Africa. Fun fact though, Australia can sometimes be called Oceania. You turned off. Okay, good. Done. Okay. Oceania. So in textbooks, sometimes on maps, on globes, you'll actually see it called Oceania instead of Australia. That's because it's surrounded by oceans. The name has recently changed. So, okay, so to get started, we're going to try and make our very own globe. To replicate this, I'm going to give you each a balloon. And take some time and blow up your balloon as big as you can. Without it popping, of course, so.
Is that good enough?
A little bigger, a little bigger.
Dizzy.
Me too. Take your time. If anybody needs some help, I can help you out. No hitting the other student. Okay. Okay, so now that we all have our globe, I want everybody to take their globe and hold it by the tail. Hold it up. We are now going to consider this north. So north is the top of the globe. So I know it's upside down for a balloon, but for our purposes, this is going to be north. So if we could all take a marker and label it north. Put an N up there so that we can remember. Just to help us remember which way is north. Okay, so now that we know there are 7 continents on Earth, the easiest way to figure out where to place them on our globe, yeah, you might need to blow on it to dry it. There's an indicator to help us better know where to place our continent. So if you look on the actual globe I have right here, there's this line that runs around the middle of the globe. It's kind of the belt of the globe. We call this the equator. Can anybody read the definition of equator for me?
An imaginary line line drawn around the Earth equally distant from both poles, dividing the Earth into northern and southern hemispheres, parallel of latitude 0.
Perfect. So basically, the lines that run around this way, we call those lines of latitude. Remember, they lay, so they're lines of latitude. The major line of latitude we call the equator. So the equator divides the Earth into two parts. It divides it into a northern hemisphere, hemi is half, and a southern hemisphere. So we're going to start putting our continents on our globes, and in order to do that, we have to establish where our equator is. So remember, the equator is the middle of your globe, goes around, and we call that 0. So everybody take your marker, and we're going to establish an equator line all the way around your globe.
It's called 0.
0 line of latitude.
Those ones are,
Oh,
the
yeah.
other ones are
There you
white.
go. There you go. There's that one. That's 2. 0. Now as we get into learning more about our globe, we'll learn more about the different lines of latitude and how they work. But for today, the most important one is 0, the equator.
Oh, I didn't.
Close enough. Try and get as even as you can. You might have to do a second line. It's a little tricky. Good. As long as you know where your line should be. Perfect. Okay. I am going to hand you all these little packets of our continents. So if you open them up, the first one you'll see on top is the world map. So this is what it looks like in a flat version. This is the globe version. So put that to the side, and we're going to start putting some continents on our map. So everybody find North America. It's labeled for you.
North America.
Perfect. Okay, and so we're going to take a look at our globe here, and we're going to find North America. So right here, this is considered North America, which is the continent that we live on. Everybody see the shape of their North America?
Mm-hmm.
North America. Okay, so if this is our equator on our globe, where would North America fall? Would North America fall north of the equator or south of the equator? North. So that little N we drew, it would fall north of the equator. So everybody take some scissors, cut out North America. It doesn't have to be perfect around, just cut it out a little bit so that we can get it to fit on our globe. You don't have to keep the name on there. Actually, and if it'll help, you guys want to use some crayons or color North America color as well when you're done cutting it out, before or after.
I'm gonna make it red.
Go for it. Whatever color you want. Okay, and use that same color that you're using to color your North America. Find North America on that little world map that I showed you, or that I put out for you, and color North America on there the exact same color. This will help reinforce so that we can see it in a map version, a globe version, and then on our own personal version. So I have North America as blue on my flat map, blue on the one I'm going to paste. Okay, so then everybody take your globes. Once you're done with that, remember, point north, find your equator, and we established that North America is north of the equator. Right here, and there's our equator. We have glue here, and that one's a little stickier. Glue right here as well. There you go. Give it some time to dry. Okay. So we all have our North America on there. Now, if we're looking at our globe and we head what's closest to North America down here, and it's actually touching North America. This is what we call South America. Everybody find your South America. Okay, we're going to color a different color and cut that one out as well. Do the same thing. Color it on your flat map. Color it on the one you're going to cut out.
Wait, are they connected?
They are. So if you look, North and South America are connected right here. They're touching. Okay, and so when we're looking at our globe, so if this is South America, where does South America fall in relationship to the equator? Here's our equator, and here's South America. South. And it's slightly on the equator. So when you're putting this, remember it's going to be touching North America, but the equator runs through South America. Perfect, that's perfect. Yep. And don't forget to color it on your flat map as well. Fun fact, South America has the world's highest waterfall.
Have you seen it before?
I have not.
Where in South America?
I don't know. I'll have to look that one up. Should know that one. Okay. Perfect. Let me see everybody's North and South America. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Everybody's still facing north, right? North at the top?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and everybody colored North and South America on their flat maps?
Yes.
Okay, so looking at the globe, we're going to head this way. And remember, the equator keeps going all the way around. Does anybody know what this continent right here is called? If you look at the globe, we can see that this one is Europe. Okay, but this large part right here is actually not part of Europe. This one's Asia, but together we call those Eurasia. It's actually the largest landmass in the world, but it's two continents put together. So first we're going to start with Europe. Everybody find Europe, color, and cut it out. Same as we did before. This one has some islands that are kind of scattered around it, so just try and get those in if you can. Cut them around them the best you can to keep it whole.
So wait, these are blue balloons because that's the ocean?
It's the ocean, yep. So after we get done labeling our continents, we're going to go back through and see if we can figure out where the oceans are by some groups. Okay, so Europe is going to fall. Where's our equator? Right here. And if this is Europe, does Europe fall above or below the equator?
Above.
Above. So remember, it's going to be north of your equator. And if you look at this globe, it's going to be directly around. So kind of put it in conjunction where North America is, wrap around, and then you find Europe.
It's like the opposite side.
Yep. Not complete opposite, but travel around. You can see it right here. North America and Europe, the distance. Okay, we've got Europe on there. Okay, so then remember, which one did I say is connected to Europe? Do you guys remember the name of that continent? Someone use your balloon.
Asia.
Asia, okay, let's all find Asia. Same thing again, let's pick a color, cut it out. And for Asia, remember, it's connected to Europe, so they're completely touching in that spot, and it's still north of the equator. Good job. Asia Asia, if you look at it in comparison with the ones we have colored, Asia is actually the largest continent on Earth. And then paired with Europe, it's the largest landmass. Need some scissors? So if you look at your flat map, when you guys are putting them on there, if you're having trouble looking at it, so remember this one's Asia, and all these little islands go on that side, not the side that's touching Europe. Remember, it's right next to Europe, touching Europe. You got a dancy globe there.
We have too much glue.
It'll dry eventually. We'll just try and not touch that spot. It's not the best. Blow on it. There you go. Okay. Everybody good with that so far? How are we looking? Everybody, show me your globes. We're looking okay? Okay, perfect. Okay, so working our way down. So we've done North America, South America, Europe. Asia's connected. If we look below Europe, we have another large continent. We call this one Africa. Can you guys find your Africa? Do the same thing. Let's pick a color it on your cutout, and color it on your flat map so that we can see where it is in association to other things. Africa is our second largest continent that we're cutting out. Who remembers what the first largest continent was?
Asia.
Asia. Good job. Very good. Okay, so when we're looking at Africa on our map, it's right here. Where does Africa fall in relation to the equator? So remember, this belt is our equator, and then where does Africa fall on our equator?
Middle.
Yep, it's split almost through the middle with the kind of the larger head on top, but yep, almost directly through the middle. And it's below, who remembers what this one is?
Asia.
Oh, close. Go over one more. What is Asia connected to?
Europe.
Europe. So Africa's going to be below Europe and directly through the equator.
They're not connected, right?
They are, I don't think that there's a major land that connects them that way. There's a bunch of little islands. Spain and Morocco, I think there might be a connection. Okay. Yes. Sorry. Okay, next we're gonna do this one that's way out here and at the bottom. So if you look at this map, we have Europe, we have Asia, and then right down here we have Australia. Does everybody see Australia?
Yes.
Okay, so where would Australia fall at? Below or above the equator?
Below.
Below. So when we're putting Australia, make sure we put it south of our equator. And it's below Asia and to the side. So when we're making ours, Asia should be north of it, Australia southwest, below the equator. Do you need some help finding it on your globe?
Yeah. How far away does it go?
Okay, so if we're looking, this one is right here. So here's where we are in here. Here's Asia for you. So if this is your Asia, you go below the equator and slightly west. So you're going to go below the equator, and this way is slightly west. Remember, north, or actually, sorry, slightly east. Sorry, north, east, south, and west. So you're going to go right here.
Okay.
Go over the way.
Which way's the top?
So if we're looking right here, Australia. So you see this big landmass, and then it has a little island over there. So find your island and position it that way. It kind of curves in like this as well. So it kind of looks like an upside down sun. Okay, we've got one left. Who knows what's left? Who sees the last one?
Antarctica.
Awesome, Antarctica. So does anybody happen to see Antarctica on our globe?
Nope.
That's because it's it's underneath. So if you look, Antarctica is actually at the very bottom down here by the South Pole. So do we all see it under there?
Yeah.
It's large, it's uninhabited. People will go there for studying. It's actually the coldest, driest, and windiest continent on Earth. So make sure we're going to put Antarctica at the very southern point of our globe.
The bottom?
Yep, very bottom. Because remember, north was up. The opposite of north is south. Here, and I'll hold it up so you guys can see it better when you're positioning it. See? So now this house. This one's South America, and you see how South America, it had a little tail that went down? The tail on Antarctica faces towards it. So do you guys see there's a little tail on yours? Okay, so make those tails face each other. That was southern tip. Okay, and one last thing we're going to add to our globes to help us establish. A globe is nothing without a compass to help us dictate direction. It's really easy to get north, south, east, and west mixed up, as I did a couple of times, but correct it. Okay, so everybody take their balloon, hold it up, north up. Do you want this one? Yes, got it. Okay, so what's the opposite of north?
South.
South, so everybody label south down here. Okay. And if we are looking for everybody, find Europe and Asia, the two that connect. Okay, if we're headed this way towards North America, which direction would that be?
West.
It would be west. So somewhere on here, label west like this. Like where your north is, put a west to this side, to the right. Let me see. You got it? Good. And we have south down here. And so we have north, south, and west. What would be on this side? East. Gotcha. Good job.
So what if you turn it around? Like north, west, east, and you turn it around?
Watch. Sorry, we actually put a south up here so that we can establish. Here, watch this. Go south. Put the south down here. So north, south,
okay.
east, and west. And then you can draw.
So that way's east, that way's west.
Then you always know which direction you are headed. Because without a compass on a globe or a map, it's kind of useless and you never know where you're going. Okay, so let's review one last time. Let's say our continents together. We have North America. Everybody find
America.
South America.
South America.
We have Europe.
Europe.
Asia.
Asia.
Africa.
Africa.
Where's Australia? Do you guys remember Australia? And then where did we put Antarctica?
At the bottom.
Awesome. Good job, guys. You have your very own personal pillow.
Thank you.
That is super hard, and it took a lot of time. Like, I didn't even do part of it. Like, I didn't anticipate how long it would take to, like, cut and